Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Gamehater, the game where we play our dubious purchases and decide how bad they are, how much we hate them. Steve here from Gamehiker. Aaron is with me. And the game of the night is Resident Evil, the PS4 remaster.
Yep, so we're playing this on a PlayStation 4, moving away from the PC for once. Had a lot of logistical issues getting this set up, so we're a little bit late tonight, but
Yeah,
we got it
we
working.
tried about 3 different ways of doing this, and the third one, obviously, we stopped there when it worked, but it was ugly. So this game is the October PS Plus quotation mark freebie. And we figured it would be a good opportunity to crap on something that's AAA game rather than indie. Alright, so this appears to be a difficulty. So I guess let's just take the middle option, like going on a bike.
Is there like an option where you get to stay home and do nothing?
I think that's the power switch.
Oh, I already like that option the best.
Unnecessarily confusing. Oh, I can choose a costume. Clearly, we should be the woman.
I like her in the baseball cap.
Yeah, I don't care for that. This hat is just an abomination. Although she has more armor.
True.
All right, let's stick with the baseball
But ladies
hat.
don't need armor. That's just a common fact in video games and in all life.
That is quite true. So let's give the man the better armor set. But if I'm actually choosing a character, make sure we're Jill. And that's the only time I'll be able to save for free. July 1988, Raccoon Forest. I'm not getting. Are you getting audio from this?
I am getting audio.
Maybe I should turn my TV up a bit. Hopefully that doesn't ruin everything. Anyone watching the screen, please let me know if you start getting echo.
Look at all this narrative.
So angsty.
The Bravo team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
If we spend the whole first episode on a cutscene, that'll be maximal hatred.
I know it'd be unfortunate if we didn't have time to actually judge the game.
Well, just one more thing to judge it for.
We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
Having some difficulty being heard apparently, so I cranked up my microphone a little bit louder. Hopefully that helps.
Hopefully. I thought I said no to that hat.
Well, they can't change, the cutscenes because they're pre-rendered.
Strike one. Taking away my hat.
You'd think, by the way, in this day and age, I mean, this isn't, the age of PS1. They can actually have scenes like this actually using the game engine. They don't need to pre-render it.
Maybe it was easier to just up-convert. Usually these things are not expensive.
That's true. It's just, I appreciate when a game actually does their cutscene in engine and just can smoothly transition into gameplay.
Oh, as do I. Like, speaking of transitioning into gameplay, why am I not shooting these wolves?
Because
she's not even shooting the wolves.
She's
Someone needs
thinking
to
about
shoot
it.
these wolves.
She's like, oh my god, they're so scary and cute. And scary, but also cute.
Mostly scary. I could have done that.
Could you have, though?
Player character won't even do it. Because she's a girl, she can't shoot the dogs. Needs a man to save her right off the bat.
Yep. I mean, what kind of thing, what is this teaching, people, that women can't shoot dogs?
This is 2016. Maybe back in 1998 or whenever, that would have flown.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But I mean, if they're gonna remake a game like this, they gotta make it so they don't need 2 guys saving them.
Yeah,
Now we got double the manpower to save
double
her.
the manpower, which means double the armor.
Yep.
But yeah, if there's one thing I hate in video games, most of all, it's action-filled cutscenes. Because they should be gameplay.
Yeah, I know. Like, if you're gonna have a, oh no, what's going on? A screen other than.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
that was just a load screen. Enter the survival horror.
Oh, okay, so since I'm the one sharing, whenever load screen shows up, it's not gonna show on the stream.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'll call out load screens. All right, so they've been driven into a creepy mansion. It looks like.
What is
How
this?
come you couldn't pick the guy with eyeglasses to play?
Not quite your
He's
ordinary
probably gonna
house,
betray us.
that's for sure.
What? He looks like such an honest and cool
Whisker,
guy.
Where's Chris?
I got my hat back.
Hey, look, we're in actual rendered game engine now.
Don't want to go back
Yeah.
out there.
I like how she stopped to change
But we've got
hats
to find-
And clothes.
What was that?
right outside the door.
Chris?
She's like, well, I got blood on this, and I want to look
Tell
fashionable while I'm killing zombies, so.
I'm going with her.
Stash the old stuff in the bushes.
Chris and I go back a long way. All right. You two go. I'll secure this area. Stay sharp.
No, we're just gonna hang out and do, be chill, have a good
I-
time, maybe talk about our past.
I assume we're safe now. So now you've never played a Resident Evil game, correct?
I haven't played the series, period.
I could have opened that door. Why are they not letting me play?
Because they want us to hate it. You're moving around in circles.
I am moving. I have the
There's a
power.
bar of soap on the table, you should get it.
No, they're not letting me have it. Oh, it is an ink ribbon for typewriters.
Oh, wow. A typewriter? That's pretty exciting. There's a typewriter behind you.
There's a typewriter right there.
This looks like riveting gameplay.
It's an old typewriter. You can save your progress. Use the ink ribbon. Wait, so save slots or save instances are consumable.
That's an interesting mechanic. I'm not sure I'm a fan, but that is interesting.
I guess I'll do it just so I don't have to watch that cutscene again.
Yeah, it's not like we're going to be playing this for a super long time.
Yeah. So I am on the save screen in case you can't see it.
No, it's letting me see it. I'm
Oh,
getting
cool.
to see the internal mechanics of your save screen. Up close and personal.
Very slow. How much data can a save slot have?
Especially for like an older game like this, you would think
Right.
it would need to save that much data.
Yeah, it's not like we're using HD save data. There's a clock. When the two have run each other through. Oh, there's riddles.
Wow, we're already back to this kind of game.
Path to your destiny below. So sometime later in the night. And how is that like a plaque on the clock? Well, this painting is actually pretty sweet. I'm cool with this painting.
It is a nice painting. I like it.
A picture of two knights striking each other. The short sword has been thrust into the breast of one knight, while the long sword has pierced the head of the other.
Yeah, I think the guy in green is the one who's better off here.
Clearly, and what kind of badass sword is going straight through a dude's head? I thought that only happened in movies.
Well, it also happens in paintings too.
Look at this.
Well, I enjoyed that 30 seconds of gameplay.
Blood.
Someone spilled a big bottle of ketchup
See if you can
right
find
in the
any-
dining room floor.
I'll be examining this. Just hope it's not Chris's.
I mean, if it is Chris's, it's not that big of a deal. We're not really attached to him yet. She didn't seem all that upset either.
He just saved her a couple minutes ago, and gave her a new hat.
Yeah, but she's sort of just like morose about it. She's like, well, I mean, he was a guy I was hanging out with. We were shooting dogs together, but I mean, besides
we
that,
weren't
we
that
really didn't
tight.
know each other.
I do gotta say, I'm a fan of anyone who starts a conversation with, I found a clue. I think that's the first thing he said this game. So that's door opening.
Yeah, this door opening animation I'm not a fan of.
Don't need it.
Although I guess this is from a different era of games, like where this is all just pre-rendered backgrounds they're traveling through. It's not actually like
Yeah.
a 3D space.
True, and it probably was a load screen at one point too. An emblem of armor is carved into the lock. Yeah, so going back to the conversation about the series, I've played 2 of these. Elevator.
You know what? Now that I mention it, I had played Resident Evil. Which one do I have? Resident Evil 6, which I know is not one of the more popular
6.
ones, but I picked it up because our friend wanted to play co-op with me. But at the time, I didn't have very good internet, so it didn't really work out for us. But I did play with it a little bit, like an hour.
Was that the racist one?
I don't know.
Were all the zombies black?
No, but I mean, we were still in America when I was playing it, so I don't know how far along it gets.
Oh, okay.
But like, yeah, like a lot of different characters you could play as in that one. A lot of different extra storylines.
Here's a dude. He seems to be a zombie.
I mean, he could just be a guy that, you know, was an enthusiast for corpses.
Could be. We haven't ruled out vampire either. I suppose I should be leaving now. Well, I really hope I can figure out what button is shoot before the zombie kills me.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, none of the ones
Roger
I've
that.
pressed.
Well, you just got bit. You got bit twice,
Yeah,
3 times.
it's not going my way. I knocked him
Yeah.
over.
Look at that. You don't have any wounds though. I mean, you're doing pretty good.
I guess that those bites were just for show. Okay.
And then an HD remaster too. You think they could have done better than that?
Okay. So it looks like L1 and R1 are my.
That
Well,
sounds like pretty typical, you know, setup for a third-person.
oh
shooter.
my goodness, this aiming is absurd. Well, it's the wrong R's.
Oh, is it?
Oh no.
This guy is like, he's really getting into you. He's not respecting your personal space.
More importantly, I can't aim at him.
I did
Like,
enjoy the crock shot though.
I have a rule in games. I always aim for the head, unless the guy is aiming for a helmet, in which case, I aim for the junk.
Oh, she's dead.
Okay,
So do you have like a limited amount of time you can load?
I hope not.
Oh no, I'm getting a screen. The party screen.
Yeah, it kicked me back to the main menu.
Yeah, that's fine. It didn't take long.
Yeah. Alright, loading back in. So yeah, it's not like dual stick shooters at all. It's more like Metroid Prime aiming,
Okay.
but really, really bad. So I aim and I'm locked in place. I can't move the camera. And I just have to hope that whichever way I'm flailing the control stick is actually useful.
Man, I'm enjoying these ass shots though.
That's why you always pick the female.
But yeah, I mean, with the HD remaster, I mean, you would expect some tweaking to make the controls more modern if you're going to re-release a game. Like, this is probably acceptable back in the original system of the one, but...
Well, they...
I'm counting on you to investigate, Jill.
Sure thing, Wesker.
The thing is, these are the remastered controls. They had me pick.
Well, yeah, they're clearly not that great.
Oh.
Also, I like that his name is Whiskers.
I think you'd better take a look at
Oh,
this.
jeez. This again. Okay.
I found a clue.
I got a clue, guys. Go team. Whatever his name is.
Hey, Jill, I
Valentine?
found a clue. Jill? Jill? What are you doing, Jill?
Alright, so I guess I go down this hallway. And then I go past this elevator. Oh man, the camera angles too. Every time I cross some invisible boundary, I get hit with a new camera angle.
Yep.
So is that my dude who got eaten by that zombie, or... I'm so disoriented.
Important people want to know, can you twerk?
Can I twerk? This is the best I got so far.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it's better when you're closer to the camera.
Pretty good, pretty good. Can you skip this cutscene? Oh, good.
Well,
That's 1 point in the game's favor, at least.
Well, that's, man.
Look at with his arms out like, I'm from an old zombie movie.
Yeah.
I can't see, but I use my eyes anyway.
Zombies never really got fast until the late 90s. which maybe is where this game came from. Okay, really? You want me to? My goodness, this is bad.
Yeah, no kidding. What the hell?
Was this? This may have been an original PlayStation game, and
Well, that's hence where I'm like talking about like the pre-rendered backgrounds. That's why like
Yeah.
you don't actually have a 3D space. But I mean, well, that might work in a game like Final Fantasy VII where you're having your battles off screen. Not
Right.
necessarily a good thing in a game like this.
Yeah, and the original PlayStation was a very special era when it comes to bad control schemes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm getting cornered.
Oh,
Okay,
great, you
and
gotta
you can
reload.
just
It
puke
doesn't
death on me.
automatically reload on for you.
Nope, I have to manually reload. I'm not sure I even have the bullets for it. Alright, we need to look up the controls again.
This kind of setup would work better if you weren't having to rely on a gun with a very narrow, you know,
Yeah, if I had a
where it
shotgun,
hits.
I'd be in much better shape.
or a sword even.
Okay, well, time
This
to run
game would be
away.
a lot easier if you were playing in Michonne.
Yes, sword, baseball bat, anything other than a gun with insufficient bullets. Was that my dude? Yeah.
Back to Wesker.
Okay, I'd be happy to do that if I had a clue where I was, or where he was. Okay, I found the door I can go through. Can't skip this.
Barry,
What is it?
look out! It's a monster!
I guess I wasn't.
Wait, you mean like you weren't able to finish him off? You had to run away so he could take care of it for
Well, to be fair, he is a man.
you? That is a good point. I didn't think about that.
I mean, I'm just a girl. I can't shoot zombies.
I mean, you don't even have a penis, so.
Right.
Found Kenneth,
I can't
killed by
I can't
his
metaphorically aim at anything.
That probably explains the controls. If you'd played Chris, this could be like an entirely different game right now.
Yeah, he probably starts with a rocket launcher with infinite ammo.
Yeah.
Hello, my dude. Can't talk to my dude. Man,
oh,
think
there's
of all the.
there's a bent candle there.
Now, see, I could take the emblem and play Fire Emblem.
Ah, just light up in the fireplace and
Yeah.
immediately you have a superior game.
Okay, select an item and then examine. Okay, let me do it, please. It would be a better game. And of course, triangle is my inventory button because this is a early PlayStation game. Okay, so we've got the Fire Emblem here. Now, the Fire Emblem, interesting thing about that is it's always an item in the Fire Emblem games, but it always does something different. Usually it's just a plot-relevant thing. So, with any luck, I will shortly level up to a Lord. That usually happens after you find the Fire Emblem.
I was thinking maybe you should head for like maybe a Myrmidon.
No, I never got behind the Myrmidons. They're fast, but they don't really do much damage. It's much better, in my opinion, to pick even the Mercenary versus the Myrmidon is better.
I mean, it's all about coming up with a good balance. I mean, it's nice
Right.
to have Myrmidon when you want to be able to do quick damage and, you know,
Yeah,
basically,
Yep.
you know, screw over all the axe users.
right. The Paladins are always incredibly useful. Really, a whole team of Paladins will get you through the GBA games.
Okay, so we're gonna explore some awkward angles.
Yes, we are. As she goes up the stairs.
Better finish searching this hall first. Heaven forbid I get to explore.
Right. I mean, I had to go up the stairs and back down.
Nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same.
Well, I mean,
Nope.
it's probably hard to figure it out when you're like can't figure out what direction you're going and
What room you're in.
I'll investigate the dining.
if you're allowed to actually play the game.
I'll try the door on the other side.
Was I really supposed to go up those stairs, come back, and complain that I couldn't find anything?
That's alright. So you need to go up like the further stairs. You're like,
Okay.
nope, can't do it.
It's hopeless. We'll never find anything.
It's a lock.
Well, I mean, I know women are bad with directions, but come on.
Okay, we got a lockpick.
Thanks. I
How
may
helpful.
need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
I do like the spooky music. I'll give the points for that.
Unfortunately, it's not playing loud enough for me to really appreciate it.
It's very atmospheric.
You get just enough to hear the voices.
Man, if only I had a lockpick.
Emblem of a helmet.
So, I believe there was a door with a shield on it back in the past. And I've got the fire emblem. I'm sure I'll regret everything.
See, I was thinking because you had that fireplace with the 2 candles and one of them was turned over, you had to turn the kernel back in the right place and a secret door would open, but
That was,
oh
oh,
look,
okay.
he's hanging out here still.
Yeah, I thought he was dead.
He
I guess
doesn't know how to operate doors.
Zombies lack the coordination and the opposable thumbs. There's an indentation. Yeah, I can't straighten out those candles.
What if you put the fire emblem back in the place where the fire emblem was?
That would help with my inventory space, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If I could find my way there. Thank you for changing camera angles every 30 steps. Okay.
I don't think you'd actually do that. I would just
Uh,
being kind of a person.
well,
offering
there's
unhelpful suggestions.
clearly an inventory management minigame going on here.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of an attractive looking menu.
Right, so I mean, I can always come back to that, I presume. I probably was supposed to grab it by being curious before I went through that door, but somebody just shoved me along in the plot.
Yeah, I wonder who that was. Whiskers.
Yeah, freaking Whiskers. No, don't do things at your own pace. I have zero confidence that I'm going in the direction I think I am, because look at that. I walk up the stairs, the camera snaps. At least, like, do some kind of animation to let me know that the camera's moving.
It's
that
kind of
would-
a shame that I think this is like the second time they've remade this game, and it's like, why do they want to keep the pre-rendered settings? I mean, like, did it really take away from the game if it was actually a 3D space?
I don't know. I think a lot of survival horrors just try to use horrible restrictions as a substitute for scariness.
Hey, that was a door. It looked like a door. That was a door.
Okay. What can I run away from in this room? Because I sure don't have any bullets.
It'd be nice if you could find some bullets, or you know,
Something
like a
shiny.
baseball bat,
Yeah.
or the ability to just climb over a fairly short fence.
I know. I can't believe I emptied my clip into a guy that can only die in a cutscene. Picture of an angel.
Oh. Clearly, it's a Kid Icarus reference.
The forces of hell have escaped, and only you, Kid Icarus, I mean Pit, but we're going to call him Kid Icarus, can save the heavens. Well, here's the guy with. There he is. There's Pit.
Yeah.
Am I back where I thought? Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
you have made no progress.
I have made no progress.
I mean, there are some cool angles now and then, but I just hate to get caught in a fight there. Like when you're walking in front of the fence, kind of cool looking.
Yeah, I mean, it's atmospheric, and maybe that's part of the reason they take away so much control over the camera is for the sake of cool imagery.
Yeah, but how do you get out of here now?
Yeah, that's the downside. Like
Oh, you found some shotgun shells. Now, if only you had a shotgun.
yeah, I would love to have a shotgun. Yeah, there's just no.
Don't you hate it though when you're like walking through a graveyard and you lose a few shotgun shells, you just forget them?
They're always falling out of my pocket. Oh, of course, walk into the camera. That was how I got out of there. Still can't get in there.
Maybe if you throw the shotgun shells at the fence, it'll open.
I've only got 6. Ooh, I do have a knife. Now
There you go.
I can stab things with impunity, but I have to aim my knife. Oh man, it's so bad.
You gotta stick them with the pointy end. That's what I learned.
Yeah. Well, she's all about the slashes. Clearly did not go to knife school.
Well, what do you expect?
But there's no slash and runs either. It's all stop and stab. My least favorite government policy.
The stop and stab policy, yeah.
this is... Okay, that's the sword door, which you can't do anything with. What kind of door are you?
Thematically, I'm thinking if that was a sword door, wouldn't the shield door be right across from it?
That's got to be in this area, yeah. Not from the other side. Maybe this corner?
It's gotta be really inconvenient when your mansion has every single door locked and every door has a different kind of way of unlocking it.
And what if you put the sword behind the shield door and mess up everything?
I mean, that would just
Or
be
worse, the
inconvenient. Like,
sword.
you're like, what am I gonna do now? How am I gonna get through this very old mansion with brittle doors?
Well, I've got a dagger, which I already had.
Can you dual wield? You should learn to dual wield.
I should.
Maybe take a level in rogue.
Cleric would be the best class for this game. Cure Light Wounds will hurt the undead as well.
There you go.
Okay, so I have a knife, and apparently the knife allows me to escape momentarily when grabbed, except from behind. To equip.
Why can't you escape from behind? When I mean, can't you just stab backwards? I mean, you're not likely to hit yourself, unless it's just like, you know, one of your buddies coming up saying, "Hey, guess who?"
Yeah, as a general rule, you should not be happy about people coming at you. What is
So, are you equipped
happening?
with it?
I cannot tell. Okay. Maybe.
I'm thinking maybe the dagger is treated as a different kind of weapon then.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a
So I think
situational weapon.
I've got the knife equipped. And I've got my gun down here. But I do want my gun equipped as well. So maybe I can't use the defensive weapon unless I'm being shanked?
Probably. Hey, look, it's a buddy.
Alright, well, let's, well, I don't want to take him down because I don't want to do a lot again. So we'll just run in circles. And maybe I'll run back to that typewriter. I do have 2 reels of ink.
I mean, that is pretty typical, you know, zombie situation. You see a zombie, like, I don't feel like fighting this guy right now. I'm just gonna keep wandering around, checking doors.
Yeah.
Leisurely doing so.
Right, there's no point in getting all tied up
Those
fighting
are nice
zombies.
statue boobs, though.
Very, very round for a remastered game.
Imagine how terrifying they must have been in the original. Very pointy,
man.
jagged.
I'm sure they were just straight up triangles.
Yeah. One of those situations where you lean the wrong way and you lose an eye.
Defensive statuary. It's a rapidly growing field.
Ah, rapidly growing, you say.
Oh ho.
I have something on my own that's rapidly growing. It's called my unhappiness.
Well, it's been something like half an hour. That's our usual time we devote to these things. And I did just save.
Yeah,
So,
I guess I haven't made any progress at all yet.
No, I don't feel like we really got anywhere, but I think we've played enough to give a harsh judgment of this game.
You think our 20 minutes of actually well, that's being generous. Our 15 minutes of actual gameplay.
Has it been that short? Okay.
Well, I mean,
I
just
guess
like, you know, keeping in track of all the, you know, cutscenes and such.
Yeah.
We've actually been streaming for 28 minutes.
Oh, that's not nearly enough. Okay. Give it another 10.
All right.
Oh, I want to go the other way and stab that zombie. Because we all like watching the title screen and me going through load menus.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, we should see if we can actually kill a zombie and not just rely on a bunch of men to kill them for us.
I assume that when your health gets low, a man just shows up.
Does that happen a lot, I guess? I mean, hey, is that a shield you can pick up?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the shields. I swear I saw a door that can use it.
Oh, wait, how did you lose that? I thought you had it the whole time.
Oh, I deliberately put it back.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Well, there was a shield-shaped hole in the wall. What else is I gonna do with it? Alright, so let's stabby stab. Stab. I can stab him right back. Wow, that was really effective.
Yeah, but without your dagger, that wasn't.
Oh,
so you,
that was
you
my
lost
only.
it.
That was my only dagger.
Yeah, and You know, but I would think like he's on the ground now. Why can't he just pick it up? Only once he's dead.
I did it.
Now can you get
Yes.
your dagger back?
I guess it's gone now. Oh, that was.
Oh, she's touching herself. She's injured.
She has a tummy ache.
I don't feel good. I feel queasy.
Zombies make me nauseous. Armor. Just make sure they don't mean shield. Sometimes the translations weren't so good.
It's not necessary to use
Not
it now.
necessary. Well, I don't care what's necessary. I want to do
Red,
it.
there's a time and place for everything, but not now.
Oh, great Helix, guide us on our way.
If only Jesus was here to get us through.
He would take care of these zombies, no problem. Okay, well, I guess I just don't need that shield ever.
Maybe you could attach it to your wound, that way it don't bleed out.
Yeah, it would have been nice if I could just equip it as a shield. Speaking of. Have a little defense. Okay, so there's this room.
Does this guy have anything? He's on the ground, just sort of like laying there and
I
being
tried. I
unhelpful.
couldn't get anything out of him.
What a loser.
Now we're in another room. What could go wrong?
I mean,
Will you take the handgun magazine? I sure will.
that didn't look like any magazine I've ever seen.
That's true. Maybe they rolled it up and stuck it in a metal tube of some sort.
So is that how you reload a gun? You have to like... How do you...
I hope I don't have to do it through the menus. Okay. It is very easy to mess everything up. I'm out of daggers. Okay.
What
Equip the
do you
gun.
have to like do the combine?
Yeah. No, I have to do it from the game. Okay.
Alright, you got bullets again.
15 bullets. A large bird cage. There's a dead raven inside.
Oh, raven.
Can I check my hair? No.
The mirror's too high. Who would put a mirror up that high? It's designed for men.
This game is increasingly sexist. Yeah. I mean, you
Only
have
a
to be,
guy would be tall enough to actually look at himself in that mirror. Unless you're like Brienne of Tarth or something.
looks like 6 foot minimum for that one. Will I take the green herb? Yes.
You probably need to go and use it.
Yeah, I think it's time. As we all know, green herbs are health thingies. And
Yeah, I mean, pretty much whenever you're in a haunted mansion and you happen to find, you know, a green herb, pretty much gonna be a good idea to just go ahead and smear that all over yourself.
sure won't make it any less scary. That was Shaggy's secret. It helped him cope.
Yeah, he took a lot of green herbs to get us through the day. Especially since he was around a bunch of jerkwad friends who were pretty much content to let his life be a living hell.
Yeah, they often didn't even believe him, despite.
Despite, you know, massive
no.
evidence through
What a tragedy.
repeated situations over and over and over that the kind of stuff he's talking about is pretty much common for them.
Pretty sure that guy just came out of the mirror. Oh, no, I screwed up my aim. It's better to run away and then try aiming again.
Yeah.
Alright, well, at least he actually dies.
That's decent of him, though, to, you know, die like that.
Right.
Especially when so many other enemies... Oh, look, you found it. He's getting back up, though.
Is he?
Yeah, I saw him getting up while you were walking away.
Oh, that doesn't sound like dying at all.
What if we can use that for your arrowhead, that brave?
Yeah, I wonder. Alright, so which way was he?
Yep, see, there he is.
How?
Get down, dude. Nobody likes your style.
Is he truly dead?
Maybe you should check for his pulse.
I feel like I should really get my bullets back. He's not getting up, is he?
I don't think bullets work that way, though. I mean, daggers, yes, but bullets, not so much.
Well, that's why in a post-apocalyptic situation, you're always better off with a bow.
This is true.
Well, what a completely
Reusable
pointless
arrows.
place to be. Alright, well I have that arrow. I could try giving it to Pit down there.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed by how many doors there are that you can't go through. It's like,
Yeah, why bother?
there's like so much backtracking they're expecting you to do. Yeah, Look, some herbs.
And they're really being pretty generous with these herbs. I like the health meter being some kind of polygraph test.
You can't take the other herb?
I don't know if I want to commit to that much inventory space. I've only got one slot left. I might find a shotgun.
Can you take that Oh, look at that spiky shield.
That's not coming out of me anytime soon.
There's a track there, which I don't feel like is going to end well for you if you step on that switch.
Well, may whoever.
Maybe.
I am screwed.
Why would you do that? You should have
It
like on the corner.
Did not give me a choice. It just said, "Hey, okay." I could have been running away this whole time.
Yeah, I know. Like, this is such an obvious trap that there's like so many different ways you could have approached this.
Maybe I'll just give that key back. Okay, I really want to give this key back.
There we go.
So I need the fishing rod to get this key from a safe distance.
Oh, is that actually a thing? I was thinking the same thing. Like, you know, we need to just be able to tie a string around it and go to somewhere safe, and just pull it towards it.
Right, and that's the obvious solution. All right, well that fire emblem's not going to get me anywhere. Oh man, and that was the mansion key. Imagine all the doors I could have opened with that damn key. But no. If you want to make progress in this game, it's just going to straight up murder you.
Yeah. I feel like by now I should have at least thrown you a bone. Let's use that emblem for something.
Yeah. Death is the true essence of bliss. I'm going to disagree. It's a hard pass on that philosophical statement.
Death is only the beginning, so it's acting like you're supposed to die.
Well, if I die now, we're definitely ending the stream because I'm not going to redo all that.
I feel like if you die, that's a very good justification for us to be upset with this game, because it's like asking you to die.
Right, it's like it really is saying, hey, you should die now. Or maybe you're just supposed to be a man and take the hit.
I mean, if you were a man in this situation, you'd probably, you know, just stand there and, you know, stick a hand out and just casually stop
Right.
it with your masculine powers.
I missed a clip according to the chat. What a tragedy. I'm going to die with one less clip than I could have had.
Oh, no, I think you actually died.
I feel so happy now.
Well, you know what? I don't think
Oh,
we're supposed to
what
listen
the
to this
shit.
advice on all the statues.
No, those statues are liars.
Yeah. Someone should complain.
Whoever he bought those statues from clearly should not be getting any repeat business.
Indeed. Well, we didn't actually play much of this, but I think we played enough. Probably would have played a lot more if we had got all this figured out a lot sooner.
So, yeah, so going into this one, I was really hoping that I'd be like, yeah, this is an old game, but it's still pretty cool, and I enjoyed it. But no, Resident Evil 4 was good. Resident Evil Revelations was good. This game, you know, I could take it or leave it. If I was really committed to playing a horror game and this one's free, maybe I'd go further, but
I would say that if I had played this game back on the original PlayStation, I would absolutely probably would have liked it and have enough nostalgia now to forgive it for its flaws. But playing it as a remastered version of something that I guess they expect us to pay money for, which even though we didn't, but something like that, I don't think it would be considered a good enough game for me to be happy with, even knowing its history, just because it hasn't really aged well, even with the facelift.
right, and the facelift was not where it needed to be the most, which is the controls.
Yeah, and we were playing with the new controls, and it just didn't do it for
Right.
us.
Right, the aiming was just awful. The camera hopping around, you know, it comes from what year was this game? This is
It was the title screen says right here, 1996, 2014.
okay, 1996. So that was that was the same year the N64 came out. The PlayStation had been there for a few years, and I think before Mario 64, no one had a clue what to do with 3D games.
Yeah.
Maybe someone will contest that statement, but
But I mean, like, also when you're doing 3D games back on this era of games, like, you really couldn't have much of a detailed environment. Which, if you're gonna build a horror game, you really can't do it with like simple, textures on a wall like you do in a game like Mario
right,
64, or even like The Legend of Zelda. Like, they didn't have that detailed of textures in the walls, and like say the Shadow Temple.
right. But we also don't know. Well, I mean you may have said pre-rendered. I think my mind was wandering a little bit. But yeah, so they tried to make a game that looked better for the time at the cost of having a good camera system. And, well, I guess it's really just the camera system, but no interaction in the environments, which was still going to be low in that era anyway.
That and it did take like a really long, not as long as it does in a lot of modern games now, but still a pretty considerable amount of time before we actually got to play the game. And even then, where we were at and where we left off, we weren't even really getting to explore the game in its full depth. And we played it for more than a half hour. We played it for almost an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we were, I guess, kind of starting to get oriented with the mansion and finding various doors that we couldn't get through. And we had one key and no door to use it on right from the start. The lockpick, maybe I could have picked a lock. I guess I didn't try. I guess I was assuming that the door would realize that if it's locked and I have a lockpick, then there'd be some context-sensitive controls to actually make it work.
Yeah, and if that didn't exist in the original game, it definitely should have existed in the remaster.
Right. So maybe I should have tried activating the lockpick.
But even then, I think, having that emblem already, it should have, built up to give you an idea of what they're expecting from you by actually having a door fairly early on where that shield emblem works.
Right. Absolutely.
That's sort of like where you get the progression of like in a Zelda game where you always have keys leading you one way to another, and you always feel like you're making progress even if you are backtracking, whereas we didn't feel like we were making progress at all, even though we were finding
No.
things here and there.
Right, yeah, just the assorted clue and the assorted lock, but nothing that really drives you forward. Um, so yeah, I have to say I was disappointed. This is a game where I kind of expected I'd have to be stretching to hate it, but really all I had to do was apply modern standards to a game that was poorly remade.
Yeah. I would have been far more lenient on it if we were playing the original, but
Yeah,
seeing as this was a remaster and the price for it is actually $19.95, which isn't the price of a full price game, but it's still a fairly hefty price for just a prettier looking PlayStation 1 game. Not impressed.
no, not impressed. So yeah, I will give this one a rating of hate. Just regular, no adjective hate.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that too. I mean, it's a piece of gaming history, but the way they
Yeah.
brought it back didn't do it injustice.
Right. If you liked the first game and your biggest complaint was dated graphics, then this is for you. I imagine they redid the voice acting as well. That I know was famously bad in the original version.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the voice acting in this, so
Uh,
and I can't imagine a game from the PlayStation 1 era sounding this good. So
no, yeah, they must have redone it. So
yeah, so if you're like a fan of the Resident Evil series and this is a game that you played way back in the day, you're probably gonna love this because they didn't change it too much. But if you're new to the series and you're jumping into this game like we are, you're probably not gonna enjoy it that much. It's not
yeah,
gonna do that much for you.
yeah, you're playing it for nostalgia from a game that you played 20 years ago and loved.
This is clearly a game that they're gonna remake it again. They need to release it into 3 different episodes, all of them at full price, and just be really cynical about it. That's the way it needs to be done.
like Final Fantasy VII.
What? No, I wasn't talking about Final
No,
Fantasy VII.
my
What?
mistake.
So yeah,
Well,
we
that's
disliked it, and I guess that's our consistent view on it.
yeah. So this is another episode of Gamehater. We're Steve and Aaron from Gamehater. Man, I'm getting tripped up. Steve and Aaron from Game Hiker. And logging off. I hate this game and I'm going to bed.
Good night.